Hello and welcome to another intro to HTML and CSS. Today we are going to cover positioning. Now positioning is um, it's defined in the CSS. If any of you don't understand what CSS stands for, it's cascading style sheet, and that is defined right here in your style tag inside of the head tag of your HTML page. Now, we're going to play around a little bit with how this is all working. Um, and this is going to kind of roughly follow the Module 5 Exercise 1 assignment, but um, I will, that one is a little bit more, there will be different changes, I should say. But we'll go ahead and get started. So today we're going to talk about positioning, specifically absolute positioning. So if we look at our web page, I've clicked the run and um, we're able to see our web page on the right hand side. Um, as you notice, each one of these is a separate div. So all three of these divs are showing up one right after the other. And I got this shell code from our course. So it's posted with module 5 exercise 1. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you want to turn to page 294, you can, and it'll go over a little bit of what we're doing. So our first step is to define our body attributes for our CSS. So what this is doing is it's overriding whatever the default um, CSS is. So right now I'm going to change the background color to pound sign and 6 A's, 246, and I'm going to end that. Now what this is that's a color in hexadecimal, or um, yeah, in hex. So, and you can find these right here. They're hex color codes, I should say. And what this does is if I save this and run it, it'll then change the background of my web page. So as you can see, I put in all 4 A's because we want the background color to be gray. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're then going to define just an all-encompassing div CSS. We're going to change the background on that as well because we want the backgrounds to be different. And we're going to change this to white. And we're also going to put a border on it to make it easier to read. We're going to do a 2 pixel border. We're also going to do, actually, we're going to make it solid black, and we're going to give it some padding, and that's going to be a 10 pixel padding. All right. Now once we save our project and run it, we see that now we have each individual div tag has a white background and it has a 2 pixel border around each one, and it has 10 pixels of padding. So next thing we can do is I have already predefined all the IDs on these div tags. So what I can do is, in order to change the style of an ID, you do a pound sign and type in the ID. So right now I'm going to change the first one, the POS of, so POS 0. So for this one, I'm going to change the positioning, and this is key right here, to absolute. And then I'm going to save that, and that shouldn't, if you notice, it goes away. Well, technically it's not going away, it's overlapping this top one right here. So if I change the where this text box is positioned, I can choose X and Y coordinates using the left and the right. Left and, I guess I should say, top. So if I want to change it to 100 pixels, So I'm going to move it left on my screen 100 pixels, and I'm going to move it down from the top 100 pixels. So if we save that and we launch in Chrome, all of a sudden you see that this element right here that used to be at position 0, 0 is now off on its own. So I can change this to 150 and click save and run, and it's moved just a little bit more. I can also change this to 450 and it'll move a lot more. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now it's way off over here. Okay, so I've now done this for one position. I can also do it for another um, POS. Let's change to POS 2. Okay, and in order to do that, I'm going to change the position to absolute because I want it at a specific. I want the tag to start at a specific, or the my div box to start at a specific location. So I'm going to have that start at top. Let's name it top 150 px pixels, and then left 75 pixels, and bottom 75 pixels, and we'll try that. See what that does. So we'll go ahead and click save and run. So what I've basically done, let's do it right. So basically what I've done with this one is I've made it so that this pixel, this box, this div box is going to be, the top corner is going to be at 150 pixels. The left, or the top line is going to be 150 pixels from the top of your web page. The left is going to be 75 pixels from the left of your web page. The bottom is going to be 75 pixels from the bottom, and the right it's going to be 100 pixels from the right. So if I expand this out, it makes the page bigger because I have increased the number of pixels on my web page by expanding this, and I can shrink it down, and it's going to stay in the same position. So the reason this is powerful is because if we looked at it earlier, it was all one right after the other. Well, if you want something on top of something else, this makes it very easy to do. I hope this helps you guys out, and if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Thank you very much.